The French Parliament will vote today on the EU's trade deal with Canada, known as CETA. The deal's been in place for 2 years already, but must be ratified in all European Union member states. In France, the former environment minister is among those calling on deputies to reject the deal, saying it will allow for lower standards on food safety. Our business editor, Stephen Carroll, is here with more. Firstly, Stephen, remind us, what is CETA?
So it's the European Union's free trade deal with Canada. Negotiations actually finished on this deal back in 2013, and it has been in force since 2017 when it was approved by the European Parliament, but as you say, has to go through the member states as well. Now, the deal removes tariffs on 98% of goods traded between Canada and the European Union. That is, according to both sides, a relationship that's worth 64 billion euros a year. In areas where tariffs haven't been removed, you've got quotas being increased. That's particularly relevant, for example, to agricultural products. There are also measures in the deal to boost trade and services and to boost investment as well. There's also recognition of more than 140 EU so-called geographical indicators. These are products that have special protection under EU law. Those will now also apply in Canada. So, for example, you can't sell Parmesan cheese in Canada unless it's actually Parmesan cheese from Italy, made under the conditions defined under law in Italy. The EU says that since this deal provisionally came into force in 2017, trade between the EU and Canada is up by 7% in the first 9 months.
So that's a framework. What is the opposition here in France?
Well, farmers have been protesting against this deal from even when it was under negotiation. They fear that it will lead to a flood of lower quality, cheaper imports that will essentially put them out of business. The debate in France, though, heated up earlier this week when the former Environment Minister Nicolas Hulot got involved. He's a hugely popular public figure here in France. He wrote an open letter calling on MPs to have the courage, in his words, to vote against this deal. He says that CETA will lead to the increased use of herbicides and pesticides in food here, and some of his claims have been rejected by the European Commission already. President Macron, for his part, says the deal is a step in the right direction. Let's take a listen.
Is everything guaranteed for all eternity? Never. So we will have to be vigilant. But would it be responsible today, after the work that has been done, to say that what we ourselves have done is not effective? I don't think so. And so I think that today the ratification of this agreement is a step in the right direction.
Now, given the majority that President Macron's party has in Parliament, it is expected to pass today in that vote, although we are expecting some of his MPs to abstain.
And this needs to be ratified in all EU member states. What's the situation like in other countries?
So 13 member states have already ratified it. France would be the 14th if this goes ahead as planned. There is opposition to the deal in many European countries, mainly by farmers' groups, or at least by farmers' groups in many of those countries. In Italy last year, the Agriculture Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister both threatened that the government wouldn't ratify the deal. Now, they haven't outright rejected it, so for the moment that's still a holding position, and really officials have played down those threats by the Italian government because there is a long way to go in this ratification process. All the time, this deal is provisionally in force because it's been approved by the European Parliament.